p.m. Trey, Vietnam in this bitch. What's today? Thursday? Researching the names of the days of the week, where it came from, why they do that. Um, it all means something. Something as serious as the days of the week being named and placed in this order. Consider different religious holy days. The Sabbath is it Saturday or Sunday. Yo, y'all need to figure y'all shit out. Yeah, when you consider all that, man, you think the days of the week is something arbitrary? Guiding and calculating the days of the week, the number of hours in the day, 12 for the AM, 12 for the PM. What do AM and PM mean? This is all the type of shit y'all gotta pay attention to this stuff because it's a complicated system that has mapped out time in a very genius way, and somebody's behind that. It came from someplace, and you should pay attention to those things because it's going to point you in a direction of where the control really is. But let's talk about the control though, and who these motherfuckers really are. I know everybody's seen on the Simpsons with Homer Simpson pulling the mask off of these politicians while they're giving speeches, so you can see that they're really lizards or aliens or octopus or whatever these fucking alien beings are. And that's cool. Hopefully my sound is better now. That's cool. But to take that arbitrarily, man, I wouldn't do that, man, because something is obviously going on here. What I noticed throughout the world when you talk about what's going on in Israel right now, what's always been going on over there actually, it's really nothing new. They've never really been at too much of a level of peace over there. There's a whole bunch of shit going on. Apparently Jesus is the landlord on this great plan of ours, whatever the fuck we got going on here. God is the landlord, and he wants certain specific areas to be inhabited by his chosen people, and then people will fight. What did they even sound like the plan of a God at all to set the stage for something like that, for it to develop into what it is? You're going to get nothing but violence out of that. What God don't know that? What God is okay with that? I don't think that's the work of a God. None of this shit really that we're seeing as far as systems of control, great powers and influence. None of that shit is the work of a God. No God put us here expecting, planning, and actually needing violence to propel some for others to just be cannon for wayside to waste their entire lives. Man, get the fuck, man. This is all us doing that shit. I was talking to a guy that I work with, very religious guy, one of my best friends at work. I take that work friendship seriously. If I'm working with your ass for 40 hours a week and I've been at this job for 10 and a half years, bro, if I can't try to grow, to try to like you, to try to know who you are, and to be fond of you, to be caring about who you are, how your kids doing, how the wife doing, all that, bro, if I can't do that, man, you're going to make 10 and a half years working someplace, you're going to make it feel like a hell. I try to make that shit feel like home as much as possible. And I make a lot of close friends at work because why the fuck not, man? You getting 40 hours a week from me, man. Y'all getting 40 hours a week from me in here. I want to know who the fuck you are and if I like you or not, man. And I got a lot of close friends that I work with, man. And this guy right here, man, I ain't going to say his name or nothing, but he's a cool dude, religious dude, and me and him started our friendship off debating religion a lot. I'm more of a philosophical kind of guy. He's a Christian, and he's a smart Christian too. If you could say smart Christian, but he is though, because he knows what he's talking about. He can recite different parts of the Bible, and when I say some things, he can instantly think of certain parts of the Bible that are at least attempting to address what it is that I'm saying when I'm speaking on a philosophical level. But very often I say certain things to him and he has no comeback. I can see him being flustered by my line of questioning or my angles when I have these questions or concerns about why the faith is saying this or that. But what they got going on over there is some fucking bullshit, man, and it's not the work of a God, period. No way in hell. not the work of a God in the way that they believe it. Now I do believe, much like Sony developed the fucking PlayStation, the reality is probably closer to something like that. And whatever we put inside of it, and with our own fucking rules, depending on what the game it is that we all agreed to play, all of that becomes our reality. But the possibilities are endless. They're infinite. It is what it's going to be. We can play by the rules, or we can choose to play a whole nother game. You can lose yourself in the game without realizing that Sony developed a PlayStation for this to be whatever the fuck it is that we want it to be, and it's a game. Once we do that, you create your gamer profile, you upload it to the cloud. That shit is there in the cloud forever. It can be retrieved, and when you turn the game off, or when you lose the game, your profile is forever in the cloud, boy. That's you. You out there, forever attached, tethered to the Sony PlayStation system. If you can follow me at all, I think there's a greater thing going on. I couldn't play Call of Duty and say, "Damn, you Sony PlayStation, I died on the battlefield." And it's like, play Grand Theft Auto then, or run this one back, whatever. Like it's there to create endless possibilities, and the rules of one video game does not always translate to the next, and it's more open. It's way more open than the framework that religion put us in. That's what I think. Consciousness is way too powerful for you to try to boil down my existence to whether not if I'm a good person or not, because that seems to not matter in most religions. What matters is what it is that you are made to believe and what you are going to bow down to, which sounds like a system of control, not a system of freedom or awareness or true spirituality. Bullshit. It don't sound like none of that. And reality is already too marvelous, too miraculous for it to be just that. I don't believe you. You're never going to get me to believe that shit on a fundamental level. You can quote any Bible verse, you can do all that shit. None of that shit matters to me at all. You're only magnifying aspects of the human condition when you do that to me, to which I always have an answer, and not an answer, but an explanation or an observation that seems to supersede what religion wants you to see when you look at this shit. It's all a petty fucking game to me. I see the fucking PlayStation, bro. You trying to argue me about Call of Duty like there is nothing else, but there is though. There's a plethora of other things. The possibilities are so endless that it's mind blowing. It's amazing. Consciousness is fucking amazing, man. It's too amazing for me to boil it down to that. So me and him talk about these kind of things a lot, man. He's talking about, politics and how all these things go together. But to me, I think religion and politics go hand in hand so well that religions and their prophecies and their doomsday bullshit, they can't even get what they want unless government rises to power, enslaves the people, threatens the life of humanity itself, with the ability to actually push forward this doomsday plan. It takes government to do that. The two need each other, because if you give some of these military soldiers a gun, a lie, and a holy book, you can go get them to do some shit that they wouldn't do otherwise. And that's weird to me. And it's undeniable when I say it in that way, that it does take all of those things. Very rarely do you see an all-out atheist or agnostic. Well, agnostic, maybe you might find him in the military, but an all-out atheist, you're not going to find him there, really. And honestly, I think any sensible man, especially at a time right now, which would be fucking lovely to see, is that people just refuse to fight for the bullshit. I think we should be arresting all of these world leaders, actually, so that no one can push the button. How's that? That's way. You got a way better chance and outcome of what it is that we all kind of want to happen. For the most part, we all want this to happen. It's for all of this shit to just stop. Chill out right now, man. Just stop. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. And that's weird that I would say that right now. But I say Jesus Christ on something that's unbelievable. You dig? And I can't believe how much the world is thirsting for our doom, bro. The predictive programming and everything that they do, man, is insane, to the point that they got us begging for a zombie apocalypse. Like, people want that shit to be real. Ain't that strange? Which is weird to me, and I could talk about that in another live stream, about how I think psychologically certain things play out in dreams. They kind of either point to a mental frame of mind or I don't know. I think dreams are there partially to help you solve problems in your waking life, because I've had way too many dreams do exactly that for me. Like way too many. I'm not talking about two or three. I'm talking about, it seems like anytime I have a vivid dream, especially when it's reoccurring, there's no fucking way in hell that there's not the answer to a problem in my waking life inside of this dream. And it always plays out like that, and then it always works when I apply it in that way. Uh, so all of that shit is kind of crazy and cool. But like I was saying, man, the religious thing that they have going on inside of politics, when they say um, uh, separation of church and state, which they don't really mean that shit. Because they say it, your founding forefathers and other motherfuckers say this shit. You try to praise them. You act like that's critical. That's important that they say that every fucking word you hang on. But then you don't realize that not only is that untrue in the world, but it is a necessary relationship between religion and politics in order for all of this shit to play out. The political circus and the fucking religious circus, they're all expecting the same thing, wanting the same thing, and moving forward towards the same thing, and that is the destruction of humanity. They hate us. But is this self-hate or not? Have anybody ever seen all of these different examples of Joe Biden and other people, but particularly Joe Biden, and it appears that he is wearing a mask? Have y'all seen any of this? I've been seeing this for a while now. Down around the neck seems to have a funny fucking crease or wrinkle. It don't do this like my shit. You understand? His shit don't look like this. It don't do this. It look like if you did this, you could just keep on going till you peel that shit off. That's what it looks like. It's not my fault it looks like that. This is not even a conspiracy theory. This is just honest observation. If you didn't know Joe Biden, or if this was um, uh, a peculiar image placed on somebody else, maybe a regular person, maybe somebody that works at a fucking restaurant or a gas station or some shit like that. If you take it outside of the political circus, all of a sudden people use more of an objective eye, and they would say that's a person working the fucking register at McDonald's, and they have a mask on that looks funny. What? It's October. Like, it'll all kind of go together, and you will accept it as that. As soon as you say Joe Biden is not even really Joe Biden, that's somebody in a mask, and people go, oh yeah, man, get the fuck out of here. It looks like it, and all I'm asking is that the shit don't look so funny. Shit always look funny in their direction, and that's what I want. It's for something to look real, and then it never does. There's an abundance of bullshit going on in the world that I am very surprised that not only are people like not talking and acting the way I am, that we haven't all found each other and gathered together and said, what we're going to do is take a road trip, and we're going to get there's going to be a lot of hugging going on, and there's going to be a lot of finger pointing and questioning going on, and we're going to go to places, special places. I'm not going to name no locations because I wouldn't really do this. I can't even see this happening. This is a fantasy. This is the plot to a film that I'm writing, that people go to certain places, and we just ask questions and demand questions, and then just refuse to leave until we get the questions asked, answered. Period. Questions need to be answered. Who the fuck is the man behind this fucking mask, man? That's a mask, bro. I've seen it way too many times. The earlobe thing is just undebatable. Joe Biden's earlobe looks different from one day to the next, and nobody's ears fucking morph or change like that. And no one has to see that and then act like I don't see that because of what y'all think I'm gonna sound like. If I say the shit out loud, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I'm gonna say it, and it looks funny. Period. If my earlobe went from a detached lobe like earlobe like this to a straight connect, you will have a fucking right to ask if that's even really me or not. This is just simple basic stuff, man. Simple basic stuff. And people say conspiracy theory and all sort of bullshit. Man, fuck all that dumbass shit. Who you think you talking to, a child? I'm not a fucking child. I'm a logical, pattern seeking, grown ass fucking man. And what I'm saying is, when you see Joe Biden in all of these different situations, it doesn't look like the same person, and I don't give a fuck what no one says. It just doesn't. And it should, and what it should actually fucking do is to at least be consistent to not give me something to hang on. But something always looks fucking weird with them. Always looks weird. And I want somebody to pull that fucking mask off of him. How's that? Take the fucking mask off. That's a fucking mask. Period. Motherfuckers are acting weird. Motherfuckers acting like all like. I think people scared, man. I think that's what's behind all of this stuff. And I've said certain things to people in my life where when you say certain things or weird things, people get that smile, that chuckle. They can't maintain the eye contact with you. They instantly start showing body language. They start pantomiming, man. When you can tell they want out of the situation, out of the conversation, where people instantly turn their shoulder to you. Feet start pointing in another direction. The little chuckle under their breath, the little laugh. They can't maintain eye contact. You make people feel fucking Not only do people understand this when you say it to them, they understand it, and then they also feel the responsibility of addressing it. Now that you pointed it out, there's something exactly like that multiple times in my life, talking to people face to face about serious things, especially when you get into the conspiracy theory fucking realm of wondering what the fuck is going on. I seen a video today on IG of Biden with a big exaggerated double chin a couple days ago. He was just in Israel. His face didn't look like this. People's face don't change shape like this. This is what I'm saying, bro. This is a one-hitter quitter. You can believe the entire political circus, and you can point to this one issue, and you can just look at the different video clips and photos of people pointing to the mask seem to be ruffled up or not completely laid down on his neck, just below his shirt, and then up behind his ear. Different things like this. If you see all of these lined up in a row, and you ask yourself, is there something nefarious going on? Is there something weird going on? Is there someone in a mask? If you ask the average American that, I cannot see anything less than, okay, lost my connection for a minute. I thought they was ending my live stream for talking shit about JB in the mask. I was finna say, damn, must be true. Anytime they delete a motherfucking live stream, I go, yeah, must be true. Anytime they delete a motherfucking live stream, I go, yeah, I got too real for y'all asses. Yeah, no one's gonna look at that and say that there's nothing to be concerned about. That's just untrue. Every single fucking human being with a brain and some honest observation will come to the conclusion that something is wrong with that shit. In this video I seen today, man, he had a weird chin going on. Yeah, they do be messing with my posts. People don't be seeing none of my shit, bro. I got over 3,000 subs, and my videos don't be getting no views. Y'all hit the notification bell too when y'all come in. Y'all subscribe and all that. Hit the notification bell. Try to share this shit. You can try to like override some of the censorship a little bit by sharing my shit. But this is just strange to me though. The mask thing. He had this weird fucking wavy chin thing going on, and then he reached up like this, like he was in thought to answer a question, and he wanted to do this, but as soon as he touched his face, the mask went in a weird way. You see how my whole lip moved? This motherfucker, like just where he touched, just a point of contact moved. It just looked weird, and then he stopped himself not to disturb the mask. You can see him want to do this, but he went like, better leave that alone. Like, man, bro, and the blinking, the way his eyes looked and all of this, there is something very wrong here. For you to assume that a control system will be giving you full disclosure on what it is that they're doing, you'd be naive to think that. So now you know that they have to lie to you in order to maintain the level of control that they have over you. Now you got to ask, how deep is the lie and who's behind this shit? What I think is that whether it be a person, you can just say it's a person. Fuck out of me if I could see it directly with no cloak to hide behind. The real truth will probably scare the fuck out of every one of us that thinks that we see the truth. The real truth is probably fucking weird, bro. It's probably scary. It will probably shock you to your core, and you will be disturbed. That's what I would imagine. I'm always giving the illusion, the benefit of the doubt, that no matter what it is I think that I see, that if I was able to obtain any level of awareness of what they have going on, that the truth underneath that is probably way scarier than what it is that we can ever really see, unless you pull the mask off these motherfuckers, because that's a fucking mask. I'm certain of it. I would be willing to bet my life on it. CGI, I don't even think it's CGI, because CGI would Quinn says it may be CGI. I don't think so. Maybe some of it is certain times, but what I seen with the fucking mask and the fucking wavy fucking chin that ain't even his fucking chin, and the way he tried to touch the mask and it kind of only moved at the point of contact and not his whole fucking face. There's not muscles, flesh, and all this shit moving when he went to do that. That's not what that was, man. It was moving on a point of contact like latex or silicone or something, touching and oh, look at this. Keep losing my connection. Why? There's nothing wrong with the connection here. It never really be doing this. But I think there's so much doom and gloom at the end of this dark rainbow that they got going on that I don't, man, I don't think we have anything to lose by flipping the dinner table over. I just don't think so. And I might have to express this in this film that I've been trying to develop, so I can put this shit in front of y'all before while we still have time. It would be nice to do an independent film. The film process is an awesome thing. I went to college for digital film. I'm in a spot. 3 out of 5 are actually stories of a guy becoming almost superhero like in his awareness. The shit kind of sounds like me, but of course it's fanciful and shit like that. There's a lot of things going on, but it's a beautiful thing, man. And film works, man. Hollywood, they've convinced people of all kind of things in these Hollywood movies. I mean, fuck, California is so fucking full of shit. But if you watch the movie Friday or Boys in the Hood or any of these movies, especially when they're based in California, what they never actually talk about in this gang violence or all of this shit that's going on, that men have an actual right to arm themselves legally. Hollywood movies. Um, Girl has to use the gun. They still make it look like, but why is this happening? It's still violence. It's not still violence. Two men getting into the octagon in a MMA fight, that's not even violence. They beating the shit out of each other. There's blood everywhere. Somebody gets knocked the fuck out, or they tap out in submission and keep this guy from breaking his arm or his leg, or he gets choked out. Whatever. I don't see no violence. They chose to do that. Violence is when one side does not. I don't see no violence in an MMA fight. People got their perspectives fucked up, but Hollywood is to thank for that. They got women thinking certain things about their femininity and how to perceive men, fucked up about how all of that is even supposed to go. Um, it's strange, man. It's a weird thing what Hollywood does, what movies and music do to people. They got to beat you down and get you into a state of being moldable, malleable, and then they flood your life with these other things, man, so that you replace all of that with the Hollywood dreams. Um, and look where it's gotten us. Look where it's gotten us. And what are they doing there? The adrenal, whatever the fuck, you know what I'm talking about. The super drug. That super drug they love so much. What is all that? Where it come from? Why they doing that? What is that? You should know what that is. I'll do a video on that sometime. Let me do a little bit more research. I haven't dove into that in a long time. It was one of the first things that I came across when I was waking up, and this was about 12, 13 years ago. Since I felt like I've been on to the game and developing a healthy distrust for religion and government. Some alien life force that is here, and they ask for favors and then they give favors in return. Strange situation, bro. Who is this behind this mask, though? I want to know, because Joe Biden is definitely wearing a mask, and we should be maybe asking some very serious questions and then refusing to leave. Because I want somebody to really put hands on Joe Biden's face and pinch it, pull it, get on up under there. I want to see all of your shit, bro. I want to see what to examine Joe Biden and maybe other people too. Because I might even seen a couple videos of Kamala Harris too, and they go, that bitch is not that bitch. That bitch is somebody else. I don't know. It's weird, but I want to know who the fuck they are. They sure as fuck seem to hate us. They sure as fuck be appearing to be setting us up. I feel like somebody doesn't like us. This thirst for a third world conflict, they're doing it to their benefit. They see benefit in this. If they saw their own doom behind these acts of violence, taunting the idea of a third world conflict, they would not do it. Do it look like they're willing to sabotage their own shit? Doesn't even look like it. So when they push for this, then just know that they get some benefit out of it. And it just keeps on moving forward to align itself with prophecy, quote unquote prophecy. The agenda that the World Economic Forum and the World Health Organization had already said that they wanted. They said what they want. Now look at all the things happening to make it happen. You would have to assume that they're behind the things that make it happen when they say, hey, this is the goal achieved. When they do that, how the fuck do they not have anything to do with the steps before they fucking raise the fucking flag and say goal achieved? Like, you guys are fucking insane, man, to be letting them do this shit. They deserve whatever the fuck anybody wants to do to them about any of this shit. None of it will bother me. Nothing is out of line. What Bill Gates got going on, man, nothing is out of line. That fucking cream pie he got hit with some years ago, man, it should have been something that would ruin his suit. He can clean that cream pie out of his suit, but I'm talking about ruin his fucking suit. Fuck out of here. Who is he? Who is he? Who the fuck is Klaus Schwab? I know who he is. I seen him all in his little funny. Zelensky, I seen you too, bro. Y'all some fruitcake ass, motherfucking in between ass. You don't know if you a Miss or Mr. Man, I don't gotta like y'all. I know something is wrong here, and I don't really know who y'all are. You're not gonna tell me who you are. When you see Klaus Schwab on TV, that's not who he is. He is somebody else. When you see me here, that's not who I am. I am somebody else. You know who I am? I'm a father. I do dirty things in my private time that I wouldn't do on camera. But there's more to me than this, right? There's more to them than that shit. And right along with their sense of entitlement and control comes a whole lot of other dark ass shit that makes them believe that they are really above you. Ritualistic things that they do along with them in their fucking baggage. And the best way for them to predict the future of the world is for them to make it. And that's exactly what it is that they're doing. This is all a plan to get a science that you would imagine will come out of this idea of a third world conflict. They said that they want a one world government. Religion said that they want the return of their king, or the arrival of their king, according to the Blue Jays. They say the Messiah has not been here yet, but he will be, and it looks like they are setting the stage for him to get here. Christianity said that the king will return and he'll rule over the earth, and the globalists say they want a one world government. They're all saying the same thing. How's your holy book now? Where'd it come from? Who made that shit? Your King James version. Who the fuck is King James? Do you even know who he is? He wrote a book on demonology. Did you know that? He's very fond of that shit. Did you know that? Did you also know that Buckingham Palace was named after his lover? A guy, actually. And that's okay if he like guys. I don't care. But King James was a... King James likes boys. Called him princess behind closed doors. King James my dick. Fuck out of here. Y'all are weird, bruh. Y'all are weird to not even know the history of the shit that y'all praise so much. That's why I be like, don't fucking talk to me about nothing, bruh. If y'all don't know this shit and you want to fucking bring a Bible to me to talk shit about anything at all, you trying to judge my spirituality, bro, don't talk to me, man. Out of y'all fucking mind. I'm tired of it. Get a gun, because whatever they are, I mean, I'm not quite sure if they're impervious, right? They're not impervious. So, I mean, projectiles hit flesh, motherfuckers lay down. Man, shout out to everybody in here, man. Oh, the Waffle House. Oh, yeah, you better bring a gun to the Waffle House. They are notorious. It seems like when they build a new Waffle House, they build it run down. Like, when have you ever seen a new, clean, fresh Waffle House? It seems like they build them in that condition. They build them in a ghetto fashion. Like, strange. They're all evil. Yeah, the fuck they are. Fucking strange as fuck. They're fucking weirdos. I hate they ass. But RPM Trade Vietnam in this bitch, I'm gonna get my ass in the work. Much love to y'all. Peace to y'all, man. I really feel like we have nothing to lose. When they say that we are in the last days, it's because they're gonna make sure that it looks like that. They're gonna make sure that it goes in that way. They want it to be that. And you can tell. Because they can all choose to just not be doing what the fuck it is that they're doing, but they don't care. They have to propel the plan. Fuck. Stop letting them do it. Stop making it so easy. Make it hard for them. They ain't just doing this shit so easily. You could just disturb their shit. Disturb their shit. They just going right along with shit and bringing you with them. They're dragging you to a fucking cliff so they can throw you off of it, bro. If you know that this is where they're going to fucking take you, if you let them, you have no they ass off the fucking cliff. Like, come on, man. Man, peace and love to everybody in the chats, man. A whole lot of my usual suspects. Amy's in here. DCRAEXON. I can't even pronounce that shit, but what up? I see you in here often. Glad to see you here. Dennis, what up? Yeah, they want us all afraid, and what we should be doing is loving each other so much that we bring ourselves to the courage and duty to protect the love that we have so much. Because how can you love something but be unwilling to protect it? It just doesn't make sense. Like, love will bring you to the realization that if you care about the world and your country or your culture, your race, which is, don't get me started on that. But if you care about your children and the world and your own life, you should care enough to say, well, whoever's fucking with this shit gonna die for that. That's all I know, because I'm gonna die anyway. Not quite sure what I have to lose in life, because nobody gets out of this shit alive. So I should probably use my life energy towards something that's honorable, so that my death matters. If I died in a car accident or from a disease or something, that'd be sad as fuck. That'd be weird as hell. That's a fucking waste. That'd be a waste of life. I will feel sad for myself in the afterlife. Like, damn, that's what happened? Oh, that's super whack. It should have been better than that. I don't give a fuck about preserving my body and nothing. Let's wreck this shit. I'm already in here. I don't give a fuck. I can't leave with it. Let's wreck this motherfucker. Let's tear this shit up. Who gives a fuck? King Charles, what up? Thanks for all the support from everybody, man. 1 million people should see my shit. This little live stream right here is nothing compared to what I got going on in here, what I got planned for the future, what I've already done, what y'all really need to be seeing. This is nothing. Thanks for tuning in and showing love and respect. We're going to turn up. The 5-year anniversary of my open carry demonstrations is October 24th. I will be live streaming the fuck out of that day. I'm going to be live streaming, taking a break, taking a lunch break, taking a nap, getting back to it. It's going to be an all-day thing, man. Stay tuned. We're going to turn up. I cannot fucking wait. It's going to be a beautiful thing. I'm going to be talking my shit. Yo, Joe Biden, World Economic Forum, Hamas, anybody. Man, if y'all want that shit, tap the can, bro. If we going to do all this, man, let's go all the way, man. Let's go all the way. This shit should look like that final fucking fight scene in Infinity Wars when motherfuckers was jumping out of portals and all type of shit. Iron Man, Spider-Man, everybody, Thanos, everybody out there rumbling, bruh. That's what the world should look like. If they want this shit, make them fight for that shit. Disrupt all of their shit, bro. Surprise them with how much you don't give a fuck about what the fuck they got going on. And you're just going to lay down and take it like a bitch, they will fuck you. And that's what they're trying to do. Don't let them do that. Fuck JB. Man, fuck all of them. Kamala Harris, all of these bitches. The fuck? I don't give a fuck about none of their asses, bro. And I ain't worried about nothing. I want them all to just fucking say what it is that they want. Say what it is that they're doing, man, so we can stop playing the game. They losing a lot of people in the in-between, and they like that shit. They can keep a lot of us confused. The ones that can see them, they want to stand up to do something just look crazy to everybody. And that's fucked up. Open your eyes and refuse to be played by anybody about any fucking thing. Crip, Blood, Hamas, China. I don't give a fuck who it is. Soon as someone wants to hurt you, then you say, no, the fuck you're not. Good luck, motherfucker. You're going to die for that.